everyone, I am popping on for a long overdue review on the vest from Action Heat Apparel as well as Aurora wear. So I got sent these two vests probably back in January. There was a couple of other companies that were supposed to be a part of it. I held out hopes, and then now I'm finally doing it because it needs to be done. And to those of you that are a part of this, Action Heat Apparel and Aurora, thank you guys so much for being so patient with me because it's been crazy. So we're gonna start with the Action Heat Apparel vest. I really like this one. It is the soft shell, so water repels off of it pretty well. Something cool about the Action Heat Apparel, it has these little cinchers. So you can tighten it up if you're somebody that likes to super tighten your stuff and make sure that nothing's getting up it. That's a phenomenal additive. The zippers on the pockets are really nice, and then the battery just goes in here. So one thing I noticed about this brand is it does have a tendency to run a little bit smaller in comparison to my women's small Ororo vest. So that one, it fits a little more snug, and it's like tapered tight to your body. But yeah, so that's the Active Heat Apparel one. And then we're going to talk about the Aurora wear one. So with Aurora, it's just all fleece. There's no zippers on the front, and then your battery is on the inside. My battery is not in here right now. I'll have to find that. This has honestly become my favorite vest, and I will talk about that a little bit later. So with the Aurora vest, it's a little less fitted. It's got a little bit more material on the edge. That way you can layer underneath, which I really like, because I am a heat sensitive person. And so I have to be able to put layers underneath so that I don't get burnt from the heating elements. And this is kind of where we get into why one is my favorite over the other one. So theoretically, the Action Heat Apparel one should be hotter because its high setting, I believe, is 150. Let me double check my notes real quick. Yeah, its high setting is 150, and it runs on 150 for 2 hours. That's the Action Apparel one. And then the Aurora wear one, it's at 130, and it can run for 3 hours on high. I'm assuming where the heating elements are placed is what controls how much heat you actually feel. So in the Ororo vest, the pockets are heated. There's the heating elements at the pockets, and then there's a heating element about right here in your back. It kind of grows across through your shoulders. With the Action Heat Apparel one, the heating elements are up on the top of your chest, and then it's all the way at the top up towards the collar of the vest. So with the Aurora one, it has a tendency to hold more heat in, and it feels a lot hotter than the Action Heat Apparel. I was honestly stunned when I looked at the temps because I thought for sure that the Aurora was going to be higher temps. I don't make heated vests, so I don't really know exactly what happened there, but that's my guess, is just where the elements are placed and exactly what fabric you have working in there with it. So this one is fleece, but it also is a different fleece on the inside. So I'm assuming that plays a huge part into holding in the heat, because the Action Apparel one, it has like this mesh lining on the inside. And so I don't feel like it's going to feel as hot as the Aurora wear one is. So Aurora can last 3 hours on high. The temp setting is 130. It can last 6 hours on medium, and its temp setting is 105. And it can last 10 hours on its low, which is 95 degrees. And then the Active Heat Apparel, it has a total run time of 4.5 hours, and its high is 150. So high, it'll run 2 hours on 150. Medium, it'll run 3 hours on 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And low, it'll run 4.5 hours on 110 degrees Fahrenheit. But I prefer when I'm not trying to wear too many layers, and I just want to wear a tank top underneath and then put something warm over top and then maybe a hoodie over, then I'll wear this one, because this one can actually touch my skin and not burn me. This one, if I run it on high and it touches my skin, it will burn me. So just keep that in mind. If you are a heat sensitive person, you need to wear layers with the Aurora, and you should probably put it on a lower heat setting. If you do the Active Heat Apparel one, that one didn't bother me at all. So yeah, that's pretty much my review for them. The Ororo turned out to be my favorite just because I can layer underneath of it. It does have more room for that, and it has a tendency to stay a lot warmer, plus the battery life is a given for me. The Ororo heat vest runs at about $140, and then the Action Heat apparel vest is about $180. So they're not too far off in price range. It's just kind of what you're looking for. If you're wanting something to keep you super, super, super toasty, it's going to be the Aurora. If you're looking for just a little bit of heat and not as intensive heat, it's going to be the Action Heat apparel. But for me, I'm always freezing, so my choice is obviously the Ororo. So let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!